Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing our A Cherry on Top monthly YouTube hop, and the theme for this one is holiday/winter. And I celebrate Christmas, and I usually do a December daily in the month of December, meaning I tell one story in a 6x8 album every day about the holiday season. It could be about baking cookies or visiting Santa, or board game night that we had, or my daughter's school recital, things like that. So I'm doing 6x8, and I have not made my title page yet. In the past, I've done cut files with like a wreath and then putting the year on it. I think I did a wreath like twice because I have done this album like 10 years. This will be my 10th year in a row. And I've done others where it's just like big numbers, like 2024, or no, 2020 was my big number, so it was just like a big 2022, so it was 2020. And I did it all like on gold glitter paper, and it was really cool. So I was thinking, like, I don't have a title page yet. December's about to start. Well, when you're watching this, it is the second day in December, and I don't have a title page yet. So I was recently playing with alcohol inks, and you will see a video coming where I have two other examples, these. And I learned a lot. These are my first two plays with, well, actually like three, because I did one and I already used it. So this is like, try two and try number three with alcohol inks. And I loved the process. So we're going to make something like this just using my red and green colors. And then we're going to cut out a tree from it. And there's a cut file from A Cherry on Top too. With the tree. And so we're going to make a tree and then go from there on how I'm going to make it for like 2024. Maybe we'll cut out letters or something, or stamp letters. But I'm going to show you how to play with alcohol inks, and then we'll cut out the tree, and then we'll see how we embellish it for a title page for my album. So first things that you'll need when you're playing with alcohol inks, you do need Yupo paper. Yupo paper is plastic paper, as I understand the vocabulary for it. You need to use something that has a slick surface. That's the only way they really move. I do have the ones from Tim Holtz. This one is the 8x10, and it only comes with 5 pieces, and I've already used it. This is my last piece. So it's already in my A Cherry on Top cart to get another pack of these, but I do know these are 8x10. There are 5x7s, which I think I'm going to get next, because well, at least for me, not to say I wasted it because I used the whole sheet before, but I'm going to use it for like my metal die cuts or cutting out letters, or, through my silhouette cameo. And I just don't want that much to be wasted. So 5x7 will be the way to go. So you do need Yupo paper. Then get a couple packs of your favorite colors of alcohol inks. I forgot which packs I had specifically. They're always variety colors. So I do have a few red colors / pinky colors. These are all like those. Then I only have a few in the green coloring. So actually I should get more greens to my cart. 2 of these are pearl, meaning that they'll have a shimmery iridescent look, and the rest of them are regular alcohol inks. And then this was the alloy pack. So I have the gold, the silver, and the copper. And these are impressive. So if you can see it right here, that's the gold. Look how metallic that silver is right there. It's like, yeah, like melted metal on your papers. I did the silver there, and then the gold. Like really, really pretty. So these are always going to do these as like your last step. Because they're better on top. I didn't play with them too much like as a mixing thing, but that's how I would use them if you get any of the metallic alloy colors. And then you'll need some blending solution. I do know people can use rubbing alcohol, so that is an option, but when I bought like my first couple of collections, packs of alcohol inks, I picked this up because I just was not familiar with it. And this is an option. This is it's from Ranger. The air blower, this will have your inks move on the Yupo paper. Yes, you can just use a straw and kind of blow on it, but I'll be honest, I did do the straw the first 1 or 2 times, and boy, do you get like lightheaded from it. So unless you want to get lightheaded again while doing your crafts, use a straw. If not, I believe this was $11 or $12. Just buy this. I'm just saying. Because it is kind of funny. I was like, doing it, and I'm like blowing through the straw to move it. And in order to have it move in a certain way, like, you need to do it a lot. So you'll see me kind of like doing this a whole bunch of times, because you'll see like it move around, and it's kind of a cool effect. This is definitely how you get those puddles of color. And the two things I will say before we get started, two different looks occur. So when I did this one, I think, yeah, this is the one. This is the one that I use a lot more blending solution, and you'll kind of get more translucent areas. So this is me adding, like, I always add like a drop of color and then some blending solution, and then I move it. So when you get these, like I said, best word, like translucent areas where the colors blend a little bit more. So be aware of color theory in this motion too, because my first one that I did already use, I forgot about color theory, and I would have the red pinky colors mix with the green. That's why the green is over here now. And get mud in the middle. So especially when it's wet, it will blend when you're using blending solution. So that's how you get like looks like this, okay? These are blending solutions in there. When you use less blending solution, you get the color and it gets to be puddles. That's how I called it. Like these blooming areas, because I just added the color and then just blowed it out. This is a look all on its own too. You get like a darker ridge where the color will dry. Okay. This was using very little blending solution. I think maybe here blending solution because it looks a little bit of green, like an olive green and the turquoisey green. So maybe I used it there, but everywhere here, this was very little blending solution. It was just adding the color and blowing it out, and then it would get these pools, which is a really cool look too. So very different. And overall, I'll be honest, I'm not an expert, okay? So this is truly just playing with your supplies, which I encourage you to do, and seeing how it works. So for this one, I'll probably do a little bit of both so you can see both of the effects. And it's just playtime. Even if I was an expert, I doubt I could get the same paper twice. You know what I mean? This is a very organic, go with the flow kind of art supply. And just be aware of that. So I don't want you to get frustrated with it, because I don't know, you know, I'm giving you the tips I have. I'm not an expert, but play with them. Get a couple packs, because after playing with these, I already have like 2 or 3 other packs plus more Yopo paper, because I was like, man, this is kind of fun. And since I'm in my metal die collecting, because I have the new die machine, I just feel like I can cut so many cool letters out of it, or some numbers with some of my metal dies, and really utilize it in my art. And the first one I did, that's a full sheet, I did just kind of staple it into one of my Dina Wakley journals. So you'll be seeing that coming to my channel soon enough. So let's get started. And do know that this makes a mess. This is me playing on my, you know, cutting mat board. I think people say it'll come off with like sanitizer. I just haven't yet. It doesn't bother me. And since we're playing again today anyway, might as well still add to it, right? Okay, so let's get started. So I feel like for 6x8, so here's a page tucker. I feel like making sure that at least I get a greeny blue on this portion and not so much the full page. So I can cut out a tree from it is all that I have to do. So we're gonna play with like 2/3 of this paper. And then, well, if anything, you know what? Maybe I should just cut it now anyway, so that I don't mess up too much. So like, yeah, if I do it here, the widest part. Okay, let me just mark it here, and we're just gonna cut it just simply because, like I said, I'm just gonna make a cover for my December daily, and I don't need to use the full sheet, and we can save the other half for doing pink and purple for something later on, okay? So let me just cut this. We'll save that, and we'll go from here. And truly, I never know. I think both the sides feel the same, so it's not a big deal for where you start. Okay, so, and what works for me too, take the caps off of everything. They will not dry out. And then I just cap everything when I am all done, because capping it, recapping it, this is, you have to, like, I will say too, kind of move rather fast. So not, and again, it's not precise. If you only want to work with 2 colors, that's a way to go about it too. For me, clearly I have a couple of greens and a couple of ready pink oranges that we're just going to use all of them and see what happens, you know? And like I said, I got to be aware of color theory. So do the reds, make sure it dries, and then do the greens, because if I try to blend it, it will make mud. Brown and green make the mud, okay? So let me start off with watermelon. Which one was cranberry? Yeah, this one. Okay, here we go. Okay, so This is a quick moving process. Drop some color and add the blending solution if you want to, but you can see I'm not reaching for the blending solution. I'm just playing with the color. And you do see how well this blowing device works to just spread out the color. For me, I try to cover up as much of the white as possible, but everyone gets a different look. And you can already see how that is pluming and blooming and just looking so vibrant, and you can see some of that color. Here I'm using the blending solution to like move around the metallics again, because at that point I was really happy with where my red was at. And so the metallics I use as a final step in this process. And when I'm making this, I made sure to have that red be mostly dry before I added the green, because you can already see I made a little bit of brown right there. And look, I'm making more brown where it meets it, which means it was not dry. And that's where I was definitely just showing you it was not dry. So here I am trying to salvage it. I am adding, it's called Snow Cap, I believe, which is just a white. And I'm adding more of the pearly green, which is called Elixir. The pearls are actually really beautiful. And so, yeah, I am trying to salvage it. It looks like more mud. So, like I said, remember color theory, because it is something that will affect you, especially when they are still wet. Right now where it's at, it's kind of good for me. It's kind of looking like a deep navy and not pretty much brown, but I'm still going to go in with the metallics. Oh, here I am with the metallics. I knew it with the metallics to kind of cover it up and spread it out and just have like this burst of like liquid metal there. And here I am still trying to add green. I'm like, it looks like taupe now, like it's a taupey brown color. Like I said, it's a forgiving medium. It's for play. This, like, if you're a perfectionist, this is probably something that you would get highly frustrated with. Please do not do it. But if you like the experimentation of playing with a liquidy, movable ink color, I mean, these could be really fun. Honestly, these are really a newfound fun for me. Like I said, I already added more Yupo paper to my cherry on top. I've already added 2 more packs of colors of the alcohol inks to my cherry on top cart, because I can see how this can get addictive. I can see this as background for cards, which people do, and I can also see it used in my art journal for like cut out letters. And for me, I did make a whole art journal page. That video is coming shortly soon to my channel. But this is fun. This was fun for me. And so I got a nice background for a tree. Okay. I think I'm happy with where it was at. I salvaged that mud making there with some of the metallics and adding a little bit more of the pearl elixir one. Actually, and these are my only like pearl ones. These are beautiful, the pearls. So that's what we have. And so if I cut a tree, that will look quite nice, right? That's my thoughts. Yes. Okay. So let me decide if I'm going to put this through my silhouette or cut something out from my silhouette and then just trace it so I don't. Because you know why? Because I have a love-hate relationship with my silhouette. Sometimes it does great and sometimes it eats my paper, and I'm afraid it'll eat this paper. You know what I mean? So I might cut something out on the side, and then trace it so that I can just cut it out here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do so I don't mess this up. And you saw too, this was mostly just using inks and very little of the blending solution to get this very puddle kind of look. So that's what I mean. Just play with your alcohol inks. Put some in the cart, at a cherry on top, and play. And I would say though too, in my experience already with playing for 4, 5, 6 sessions, I kind of have like a Roy G. Biv going on, which is good. But at the same time, like I said about color theory, I think it would be better if my suggestion, to get just like start off with warm colors, your reds, your pinks, your orange, your yellows, and then add in, and then get some greens, because I think, like in these moments, let me zoom out a little bit. In these instances, I had to be very careful. You see it like in these areas where it just blended too much. So if it was all in warm colors, I feel like it would be, a little easier for you to appreciate it and love it, easier than trying to control a rainbow of colors. You know what I mean? That's just a suggestion. If you want to start to play, I would say get a couple, red, orange, yellow, pinks and play with those only and see how you like it. Or if you're more like blues and greens, get blues and greens together. That way you'll have ability to make a few that you'll use in other projects, like in the colors that you like. That's your suggestion. You know, do as you must. Add as many of the inks to your cart as you must. So let me be right back. I'm going to cut something out from my Cameo, probably a cut file from a Cherry on Top, because I do have a few trees ones that are cute, and I will leave it linked in the description, and we will cut this out and finish up my title page for December Daily. Okay, so on a Cherry on Top, there is digital cut files, and this one is part of a set of trees. There's like 3 trees, but they all have the outline and then an image to go under it, you know, on top of it. So this is just the base of one. There's one that's just like a straight on like triangle, and then there's one that kind of looks like almost like a striation kind of tree. I just went with this one, cut it out, like I said, on my silhouette, because I was not chancing ruining this paper going it through my silhouette. So I'm just tracing it on the back and taking my sweet time cutting it out. These scissors, these are new Scotch scissors. These are in the wrapping paper aisle at Target, and I probably have like 3 or 4 of these in my home. I just got a fresh set. They were like $3. I guess it's part of the Christmas collection. So be it. We go through scissors in this house, and I always like a fresh pair. So I cut that out, and I like it. I love where it's at, and now let's figure out what I'm going to do for a title. Now, this acrylic piece is from Colorcast Designs. I do love their pieces, but I felt like it was getting lost on my paper. So this is a alpha metal die, not stamp, that I go for from Tim Holtz. It's called Alpha Numeric. It is in the Cherry on Top shop. I have linked to it before. This is just a good 2-inch bold number and letter set. So I do cut out 2024, you can see, on like specialty, like gold, shiny metallic gold paper. I do like the way that looks, but once again, it needed a little something. So here I am taking it to the next level, and this is a Tim Holtz stencil, the polka dot side we're going for, and I'm using Astro Paste from Simon Hurley. All of this is at a Cherry on Top as well. This one's the gold one, and so I'm just putting like polka dots through the gold stencil. It is chunky gold paste. I love it. Like, I got this one and the red one for my December Daily projects, and they're good. They're really good. Like I probably need the other colors because these are special. These are special pastes. And now for this one, after I did this does have to dry, so do take some time and, you know, do something else, put it on the side, let it dry, don't smudge it. And so here I am already. I think I was already liking, I put the 2024 in the middle. I thought I liked it on the bottom, but I think it was getting lost, so I like the contrast a little bit more with the red. And here I am just adding to it still. I am taking now a Tim Holtz stamp. It kind of looks like pine needles, and just stamping it with Stays On. Stays On, remember, works on plastic surfaces, or like slick surfaces like photo paper and this and vellum, so Stays On is for that. And it's subtle. It's not like meant to do a whole striking remark on it, but it was just to add a little something extra, because I'm extra like that, you guys. I'm extra. Like, I could have stopped just at the alcohol inks, but no, I had to add texture paste. And no, I could have stopped there, but I had to add more stamping. And I could have stopped there too, but here we are adding it now to acetate, and it's a beautiful title page for the beginning of my album. I love it. Okay, I am very happy with my title page. I just put it on a piece of transparency, and it will be the start of my album. I will leave all the alcohol inks and the supplies I use linked down below. I will also leave everyone linked for the YouTube hop itself. And let's zoom in a little bit so that you can see. So this paste was amazing. The stamping was subtle enough that I like it. And then the numbers are cut out from those Tim Holtz dies, and it turned out really, really good. So exciting. December, such a fun time. All right, my sweets. I'm just pushing down where I put all those little dollops of glue. I didn't put too much glue because it's clear and it's going to be seen on this side. So just trying to keep it cute. All right, till next time, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and until next time, bye.